Hello, welcome to your charismatic life this Sunday again, and I have something special for you. For anyone who is joining right now, I want to tell you, hey, give me a high five. Yes, I'm definitely glad you're here. In fact, congratulations to you. I do understand it's a sacrifice that you are doing, and I will let you know. It's going to be short, sweet, succinct, and straight to the point. The first thing I want to do is first recognize our first participant, Jean Delors Sonkeng, my really amazing cousin who's in Canada right now. Give me a high five. Thank you very much for being here. I know maybe I have to say it in Chang or hey, Aloko Sonkeng. So thank you very much for joining today. Today is going to be a special day because I'm going to be talking about something that I believe that many people would love to know, that many people would love to hear about, and they have not had the opportunity to. And it's one thing: talents. It's a talent that you have deep within you. It's a talent that you have been just utilizing when you're under the showers. That talent that you have, that you believe that can shake the world, that can make people smile, that can make people laugh. That one talent that you have that you are hiding from others. You know what I'm talking about? You have that talent. You remember that day that you sang, that you danced, that you spoke, that you drew, that you painted, that you walked, that you were able to shape people's hairs. That you have that talent that people don't have, that people are seeking for, that people are hungry for, that people want to be able to see and to enjoy. Pamela, thank you for being here. Your presence gives me a lot of, I would say, goosebumps right now because I'm so happy you're able to make it. So right now, Pamela, this is my question to you and for everyone who is listening to me today and any other day. Can you write down below that talent that you know that you have? Whatever the talent may be, can you write it down below? The talent that you're aware. Some people are very consciously aware of their talents. Others subconsciously. So don't be afraid. Don't be shy. This is a moment for us to explore that talent. So down below, Pamela, Yannick, anyone who is listening to me at the moment, write down below your talent. Why? Because we today will stop playing hide and seek with those talents. And I will share with you a lot of stories. I'll share with you stories of people who hid their talents and it stayed what it was, and people who shared their talents and it became what it was meant to be. And even there is a little portion of people who don't even have the talent, but were able to share the little bit that they had, and were able to even get more. Because today is Sunday, let me share with you this parable that I want to believe that you are accustomed to, or maybe it will tend to refresh your mind. And the strangest thing about this parable is that it's called the parable of the talents. Okay, it resonates something in your mind, right? And this is how it goes. Jesus Christ was sitting down with his disciples. As he sat down, he told them this story. There was a king in the kingdom who gave 1 talent to 3 of his servants. He decided to go on a break and said he was going to come back a month later. The first servant, actually I want to believe he had 1 little talent. He went out, invested the talent, and by the time the month was over, he came back. The second servant went out, tried to invest the talent, had some hardships, wasn't able to invest the talent to get more, just like the first one, but he got a little bit. He came back. The third servant, he did not even go anywhere. The 1 talent that was given to him, he kept it and cherished it. He kept it for himself. He kept it and said, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not investing it. I'm not going to share it out to make sure that it produces something. I'm going to keep it and give you back the same way I was given. When the king returned, the king called all the 3 servants. Called the first one and asked him, "What do you have for me? I gave you 1 talent a month ago. What do you have?" The first one came boldly and said, "Oh, the king, I noticed that you gave me only 1 talent, but I decided that I had to go outside and invest your talent and really make it flourish. And I came back with 10 talents. The king said, "Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You're going to be the general of my army." The second one came back. I said, "King, I faced some challenges because of where I was in my life. I faced some challenges as I was trying to invest this talent that you gave me, and you know what? I didn't get the 10 talents back as your first one, but I got back 5. The king looked at him and smiled and said, "At least you tried. Come, you'll be a lieutenant in my army." The third servant came. Third servant said, "I beg you, King, what you gave me is what I'm giving you back. I did not even try to invest. I did not even try to go out there and try to see if there was a way to make it become bigger. No, no networking, no connections. I'm giving you back what you gave me." He came back. That third servant came back with 1 talent, the 1 talent that was given to him a month ago by the king. The king looked at him. "My son, I gave you a talent, and after a month, you come back with the same talent. Have you seen the first one? He came back with 10. Have you seen the second one? He came back with 5. And you come back with 1. Why in the world should I have given you those talents? Why in the world should I have wasted my energy on you? I should have given it to someone else." And that third servant was put in jail and beheaded. The reason why I'm sharing this story with you, particularly in this particular day, is because most of us have been given talents. Not just the talent in the parable, but really talents. It could be the ability for you to speak, sing, and empower others. It could be the ability for you to be very ingenious, the ability for you to be able to motivate someone to becoming better. It could be the ability for you to be able to be very technologically savvy. It could be you have many talents. There's a variety, there's a myriad of them. But the reality is not that the 1 talent that we are given will make the world to all. There are many people who are not in the same situation that we are. I will start with the third one. That third one was given the 1 talent, and I think most of us fall in that category of the stingy ones. We're given a talent and we believe that the talent we're given is for us and for us alone. But I'll reiterate this, our purpose is in others. If anyone gives you a talent in life, the reality is for you to be able to make it bigger. Stefan Gogbe, thank you for joining today. Teflon, thank you for joining today. My question in this particular live is, what is your talent? Have you been given a talent on this earth that you have not utilized? Have you been given a talent on this earth that you have not been able to invest on? Have you been given a talent on this earth that you have not been able to put in practice so that people can be able to actually enjoy it? Because God has put us on this earth for a particular purpose, and this actually will depict everything before I get into the crux of the 3 points I want to share with you today. I heard this story and it was quite amazing. Once upon a time, there was a young kid who actually fell into a coma. He had an accident. And in that coma, he found himself in heaven. He saw God, and God looked at him and said, "Hey, my son, welcome." He said, "God, where am I?" He looked left and right, and he saw, "Oh, wow, it's so bright over here." He said, "Yes, it is. You're in heaven. But you're not dead yet. Just take it easy." And then God came, said, come, let me show you something. God opened the room, told him to get in. They moved into the room. The room was a little bit dark, cold. And there's something he could see very clearly. He could see about 7 boxes. He looked at the boxes. Some were big, some were small, some were medium size. He said, but God, what are those boxes for? God said, get closer. He got closer to the boxes, and then he could see some names. He saw the name of his father on one of the boxes, the name of his mother, the name of his cousins, the name of his uncle on a different box, and he said, God, wow, what are these boxes for? He said, no, these boxes represent the talents that I gave to your parents, to your uncles, to your cousins. And he said, but God, why are some boxes bigger and some smaller? And then God led him to recognize that, hey, some people have used their talents and others haven't. Some people have opened the box and some others haven't. Some others have given out the box to another person and some others haven't. And he said, but God, why? And this is the one thing I want you to remember. If there's anything you want to remember on this particular life, is to remember this. You have been given the talent just like this box. But at the end of the day, it depends on you on what you will do with that box. Are you going to open the box and try to figure out what is inside though? Is it a toy? Is it a skill? Is it the ability for you to dance, sing? What is the ability that you gain from that? I do understand that sometimes you're from Cameroon and you have this tendency of believing that, hey, the talent is something on the side though. You don't have to focus so much on that. It can't make you actually earn a living. It is true. Your talent won't help you to earn a living. But at least your talent will help you to earn fulfillment and happiness. An example I would take for you who may be working, you could be in America or any other country in Europe, you'll find yourself in a situation where you're working 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday. And you're working 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, it means that you're working 40 hours in a week. That's about, I would say, 60% of your week. That's about 60% of your life. And if you're spending 60% of your week doing something you don't like, at least find a way in the 40% remaining to do something you love. And that could be utilizing your talent, because your talent is able to come from within. It is not imposed on you. What are you talented on? What is that one skill that you have that you love doing, that you're passionate about? I'm not asking you to make your passion your profession. I'm asking you to make your passion something that you are not only aware of, but something that you can work on. That can make you smile in those days that you are very bored. That can make you smile in those days that you are on your nerves. That can make you smile in those days that you want to cry. Sometimes all you need is your passion. That can re-energize you. That can make you look within and actually bring it out. And as I'm sharing all of this, I would love to really call in someone. I would love someone to come in on this call and actually share with us, what is that passion that you have? What is that skill, that talent that you have? Are you aware of it, or are you still working on it? And as I call you, don't feel obliged to join in, but I would just simply like to have a conversation with you so that we can be able to really talk about it. We have a talk about it. And now this is what I will do. I'll go through the 3 areas of our lives that each and every one of you will find yourself. Number 1, the talent. Your talent is who knows what. It's what you know. And the reality in life is usually we have people around us. If we are talented enough and we have talked to some people, they may know what we know. I have a friend of mine, for example, who knows how to do paintings. Oh my goodness. Her paintings are phenomenal. I looked at them, I'm like, wow, this is so good. But I think about it again to myself and I say, wow, you know how to paint so well, but what can you do about it? It's good that you can paint. It's good that you have that talent. But how do you plant that talent? I know about a friend of mine who can sing so well. But I'm thinking to myself, wow, you know how to sing so well and get people energized and get people moved? Are you just going to keep that talent in the shower? Or do you believe that talent could go somewhere else? And I do have another friend of mine who knows how to dance. Oh my goodness. The way she moves, I'm like, whoo, just like a snake. But then, that talent that you have, is it just for yourself, or could you possibly share with others so that they can enjoy? Because you know what happens when you share your talents with others? You tend to appreciate it more. When you share your talents with others, you tend to have people tell you, amazing job. I love this. In fact, I wanted to see this. I have been longing to see someone who knew how to do this. And at that point in time, you have realized that, hey, you make people happy. You don't have to be paid to do that. But you're able to get that satisfaction from within. That's something that no one can give you. That's something that money cannot give you. No matter how much you work for it. So for any one of you who is listening to me at the moment, Kampule, just keep this in mind. What is your talent? And who knows about it? Number 2 is, who are your connections? Who are your connections? I will talk about the story of the lady who knows how to dance. Very good friend of mine, Alex. I was like, wow, her dancing is so good. She used to post videos on Facebook. But then she realized that just posting the videos on Facebook was for herself. But then she had to do something more than that. And this is something I never thought of. She reached out to different Facebook pages who were interested in dancing. And this is where she got her breakthrough. She got published by a Facebook page, a very renowned one, from Congo. And when you look at this, you say to yourself, wow, these are people that were able to now get public because they reached out. And I think that's when we tie it back to the story of the talent. Sometimes all you need to realize is the fact that, hey, just because you have been given one talent doesn't mean you have to keep it for yourself in your shower for your personal use. You could connect with other people who would love to see what you're looking for. It could be a Facebook page, just like the first talent receiver who became a general. It could just be for you to figure out who are those people who want to see it. Find a niche. And so people who are longing to see what you're doing, the talent you are exercising. But that's not all. Because by the time she reached out to those people, she was published. And even for the one whom I know who knows how to dance, who knows how to sing, I was quite impressed. Not only was he sharing videos of him singing on Facebook, but he decided, no, he won't stop there. He won't just stop in singing on Facebook, nor connecting with Facebook pages. He did something better. And I'm going to share this on the 3rd point. Being talented is not enough. Being connected is not enough. Sometimes you need to merge both of them. Connect your talent with the connections that you have. And it mustn't be online. You could actually go offline, because the story of the guy who knew how to sing and knew how to sing so well. When I think about it, I'm like, wow, I never even thought I could do this. Immediately as he arrived in America, the first thing that he told himself is that he's in the land of the free. In the land where everything is possible, where the American dream can become a reality. And the number one thing that he did, he said, no, why play in the small courts? Let me just go into The Voice. Yes, you heard me very clearly. He actually went to The Voice and auditioned. So, I mean, when you look at it, some of us, we start and end in the shower with our talents. Some other people, they take from the talents they have from the shower and they bring it on Facebook. And some other people realize that Facebook is not alone. They actually bring it on their Facebook page, on the Facebook page of someone or an organization. And sometimes that is not enough. They realize that, hey, there's more to this. Yes, and bring it offline to organizations that can make it flourish. So I do believe that everything I'm trying to tell you right now is that some people actually prefer to play hide and seek. They never talk about the talents that they have. They never talk about the interests that they have with people around them. And I really wish that some people had told us this before, but I do understand that some people don't even want to hear about, hey, let me focus on my talent. I don't even know my talent, Adrien. You're telling me about talents. I don't even know what I'm good at all. Everything I know how to do is to go to school, pass my calculus, physics, get my degree, get a job, bam. Life is too short for you to be expecting that a degree, a bachelor degree, an associate degree, a PhD, an MBA, whatever you call it as a degree can make you happy. Because at the end of the day, a degree is not what will define your success for you, because people will look at you and think you're successful, but for you, you will feel that you are not achieved something that is deep within you, because that success has been laid on you. People have told you you should get an MBA. People have told you you should get a PhD. People have told you you should get a bachelor. But you tell yourself, I should get what? What are you telling to yourself? If you do not write your story, people will write your story for you. If you do not hold your pen to your story, people will hold that pen and write for you. And I can guarantee you, they'll write it the way it sounds best to them. So write your own story. But the question is, to write your own story, you need to have your pen. So what is that pen for you? What is that talent that you have, that you want to share with the world, Tiani? Sometimes people don't want to think about it, but I do believe it's something to consider. Stop playing hide and seek with your talent. It is something precious that if you don't use, you lose. And I would love to actually go deeper again, but I do understand that this is a particular topic that people are very skeptical about. Talent doesn't earn you money. Your passion doesn't earn a living. But I sincerely believe that your passion is what makes you happy. That your passion is what makes you successful. That your passion is what makes you actually go back home and be energized. And you can only derive that passion through your talents. No matter what they tell you, having a 9-to-5 job, when you don't implement your talent in any bit of these hours, is spending 60% of your life doing what you hate. At least try and complement the other 40% with doing something you love. But sometimes it must not be in the shower. It must not just be on Facebook. It could be in an organization who supports what you do in the shower. The choice is yours at the end of the day. But it's just something to consider. And I'll share with you this last story. Something I was discussing with someone yesterday. His name is Patrick Shananan. And this amazing guy was giving a speech at the TEDx. I was part of an organization. The event is a one-year event where a published and renowned speaker is brought in to share their story with the world. And this is a story that he shared. Patrick, he's from Irish origin. When he was at school, the one thing that he knew how to do was during a competition, they asked him, hey, we need all of you to draw something. And among all his friends, they were asked to draw a duck. And he was the only person who drew something close to a duck. You know how in those days we didn't even know how to draw. But at his very early age, he knew how to draw. And that drawing that he had was still in his home. And he looked at it and he said to himself, and his parent told him, wow, it seems like you have that talent, you have that thing. I know that most of our parents in Cameroon don't tell us this kind of things, like who focuses on your talent, people don't care. But his parents actually focused on his talent and told him that wow, that's something great to do. So he continued actually working on his talent. And then he was able to draw more and more. And then he said to himself, drawing is not enough. He started taking pictures, left and right, took pictures. And he realized that he couldn't just be doing this for his own pleasure, because at the end of the day, the more the merrier. The more people can see what you do and appreciate it, the more you feel that you are doing something of value. And so he started going to galleries and sharing what he had done. And people started appreciating it. And they're like, wow, we love this. This is amazing content. But then he was challenged sometimes, because sometimes people told him that no, it wasn't good enough. But sometimes he wanted to go out of his comfort zone, and then he went to a major gallery where he saw a painting. He called it a scribble. You know those paintings that we see nowadays where like everything is just like all over the place? He looked at it and he was like, what is this? But it was from a guy called Jason. Jason is a professional painter. Jason has spent all his life painting. In fact, he is so well known in this profession that his painting tells the story of souls. And the transition from the moments that people feel disappointed to the moments people feel joyful, to the moments where people feel depressed, to the moment where people feel fulfilled. And Jason was able to share with him the stories of how he has put his soul and blood into painting. And that's when Patrick looked at it and said, wow. Patrick was able to understand that there's more to this particular talent that he had, that he was just keeping in the shower, that he was just keeping for himself. There was some people out there who were looking for that painting to become a means of communication, a means for them to see life in a whole different way, in a whole different perspective, with a whole different lens. Not just the lens of his camera, but the lens of a picture, painting in color, not just black and white. And as Patrick continued talking with Jason, actually Jason came to him and told him, hey, Patrick, I love the work you're doing, but I do believe that you can live from good to great. And sometimes the only difference between us in our talents, how we can be able to live our talents from being good to being great, is the ability for us to meet someone who's great. And sometimes because we do not actually connect our talent with talk people or Facebook pages or people in real life who are doing what we want to do or who are doing what we wish we can do, like Jason, they can't make us great. But Patrick discovered that, hey, let me talk with Jason, because he's already great, I'm just good. The easiest way to live from good to great is to talk to someone who is great and can bring you into greatness. So that's when Jason told him, hey Patrick, I know you are very passionate about what you're doing. I know it's your talent. I know it's something that you hold dear at heart. You have the skill of taking pictures. You have the skill of actually painting things. You have the skill of directing movies. I've seen a little bit of the movies you've been trying to direct, but I tell you, the only way for you to be able to use that talent and stop playing hide and seek is by you focusing on one. Some of us have many talents that we don't even know on how many we can focus on. We're like all over the place. Jack of all trades and master of none. But then Jason asked him to make a choice. Painting, pictures, or directing movies. And Patrick decided that the one thing that could help him survive in his career and actually pay for his bill and actually help him to be fulfilled, because hey, directing movies is the same thing like actually taking pictures. Directing movies is about painting a perspective. So sometimes all it takes is ability for you to take that little talent. For Patrick, it started with just painting. Exploring that talent in a very, I would say, public environment, and then you may find yourself becoming pictures. From painting to pictures, and from pictures to movies. And that's a transition that Patrick took as he was talking about his show, as he was talking about his life. And that's when I realized that in our same life, we go through these transitions. But sometimes we get stuck over here in our showers. And whenever we even get out of our showers, the only place we get stuck is on Facebook. And I'm in the same situation right now where I realize that, hey, I can do Facebook Lives every single week, but I'll get stuck here. And as he said that, it resonated with me because I felt bad as well. That we have so much talent, but the reality is that that talent is just like a mustard seed that we have planted in the ground and we have not watered. You have planted that seed, that talent that you have in a Facebook ground, and you haven't put water on it. You haven't let it grow into its greatness. It's not good enough. So for you who wants to achieve the sense of fulfillment, a sense of happiness, a sense of joy, the sense of appreciation, and the sense of the ability for people to really tell you that what you're doing is worth doing, then when you spend 40 hours in a week in a job that makes you tired, and you want to spend the 40% of your time doing something that makes you happy, sometimes all it takes is the ability for you to be on a Saturday and doing something you love. And this is where, after everything that I learned, I was able to put into practice, because recently, it's something I just want to share with you. You've seen me doing Facebook Lives every single Sunday. That was my Facebook Live, my talent. That was my inside the shower. But then I had to bring it outside when I found a club called Toastmasters International, where they're really about public speaking in real life, talking to real people, talking to a real audience, talking about real topics. And when I did that, I found the people in there who had my connections, who didn't just know what I knew, but who were able to know more than that, what I could become. And one of the members there was a principal at a school who said, "Adrien, I see what you're doing. I do believe that you shouldn't just stay here. You can do more than that." And immediately after the meeting, she said, "Adrien, hey, I want to make you an offer." "Yes?" I said, "Wait a minute, what offer? I beg, tell me. I want you to take this public speaking that you're doing, not just on Facebook, not just in Toastmasters. I want you to be hired as a public speaker, so you can speak and teach others how to be better speakers in a high school." And that's what I do now. There's nothing better than getting paid to do something that you would do anyways. So every single Saturday, I go to a high school now, and I teach public speaking. And I'm being paid to do it. So the reason why I'm really sharing this with you is to let you know I'm not asking you to actually leave the job you're working on. No. This is something I do on a Saturday. It's a free time. That's my 40% of my week. And I do believe that the Saturday is that day that really, that particular 11 o'clock Saturday, it's a particular day that makes me smile, because when I can see the smile on those high school students and they tell me, "Hey, Mr. Adrien, thank you for coming. Thank you for the insight." And I can see them becoming bold. I can see them grow. For me, it makes me feel that I'm just like that number one person in the story, in the parable of the talent, where the king came back and he looked. One of them brought him back 10 talents. One of them brought him back 5 talents. One of them brought him back 1 talent. I used to be the one that brought back 1 talent. But then now I feel like at least I'm somehow getting to the person that brings 5 talents. Maybe I bring like 2 or 3. But at least I think I'm growing. And I don't want to go there alone. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Because I do believe that sometimes we keep our talents for ourselves. But if you can share it with a connection of people around in real life, they can bring that talent into not just being good, but being great. And they could actually pay you. And that's how we could actually make you happier, because you are empowering others into becoming better. So what is holding you back? What is making you play hide and seek with your talent? What is it? Let me know down in the comments below. And I really want to thank every single person who has joined this call. Wallace, L'Africain, Brian, Lauren, Tiani, Valentine, Eton, Gambule, Noel, Stéphane Gogbe, Loveline, Colin, Sachin, Yaya, Yannick Moller, and Pamelange, and every other person who has joined this call. I really want to tell you congratulations. But please, stop playing hide and seek with your talent. It is so precious, because if you don't use it, you may lose it. And the easiest way to be happy is to tap from your talent. Make it good, and sometimes make it great. The choice is yours. What is your talent? What are you doing with your talent? What could you do with that talent? Use it. It is yours. Have a blessed Sunday. And I pray that may God enable you to figure out what your talent is. I pray that may God help you to be able to get deep within yourself and pull out that talent and not just use it, keep it in the shower, but actually utilize it. Utilize it in such a way that not only can it stay just personal, but actually it could be utilized in a way that it may be even on Facebook only. That people could enjoy your skill. It could be picture taking, it could be painting, it could be singing, it could be dancing, whatever your talent may be. That it may not just stay on Facebook, that you could come up to realize that people actually enjoy it and say, yes, we love what you're doing. And most importantly, Lord, I pray that you may help them to have the courage to be just like that first servant in the parable of the talent, who will bring back 10 talents to you, who will not leave that box from that little kid empty, but try to open the box, utilize it, make the box a little bit bigger. Lord, I pray that you may fill our hearts with your knowledge, with your wisdom, and the spirit of discernment to utilize how to use it and not to use it. I pray for anyone who has watched this video, Lord, you may bless them and grant them your understanding. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. My name is Mr. Adrien Feudjio, a charismatic leader to inspire you, to motivate you, to make you become the best version of yourself. Stay blessed. Stay blessed.